Hello everyone and welcome back to Storytime with Cris, where I tell you stories that you can either relate to or just laugh at my pain. Whichever one comes first. Anyways, for the joke that we had earlier, bendiciones a todo el mundo, tú sabes, aló, mucho besito. Okay. So everybody wanted to know the story on how I got two black eyes. So here you go, how I ended up getting moral. Story number one, because this is a two-part story. Story number one, I'm secretly an MMA fighter. Okay, no.
This is some hard jazz.
No, seriously. Seriously, no, that's not the reason why. That's not how the story went. No. The first time I got a black eye, I was in kindergarten. I was about 4 or 5 years old. I know, wow, I'm already beating the hell out of people as a little kindergartner. I'm hard, you know? It's hard out here in these streets. Anyways, back to the story. What happened was, in the school that I was in, everyone, like the little kids and the older kids, were separated because they didn't want the little kids to get injured, and obviously the older kids don't want to hang out and play games with no kindergartners. I understand that perfectly fine. However, if an older kid ended up coming into the little kid area, no bueno, they would get in trouble with all the teachers watching us like, you guys know better than to come into their area. Little kids aren't allowed in the big kid area. Big kids not allowed in the little people area, right? That's how we keep each other safe, because y'all are like 10 feet tall compared to us. Especially, like, I was super short as a child, and I'm still short, so nothing's changed. So what happened was this older kid came running through the smaller kid section, right? And he was like chasing the red ball. I don't know if they were playing dodgeball or whatever. I don't know, don't care, no problem. And what happened was, homeboy runs, knocks into me, and I basically hugged the, tar floor of the parking lot, eyeball first. This eyeball, okay? Okay. So I go, boom, floor. All of my friends are like, oh my God, are you okay? Me, because I'm so tough, I did not cry. Literally, not kidding, not exaggerating. I didn't shed one tear. I was just like, I'm fine. And then about 4 seconds later, everyone was like, oh, your eye! And I was like, what? What's wrong with my eye? What happened? This eye instantly got purple. And because I was such a smart little kindergartner, I thought, no problem, nobody freak out, no one panic. I have the perfect solution so that none of the teachers know that I have this black eye. My solution was that I was going to walk around for the rest of the day like this. Just gonna let that sink in. No teacher, no human being, nobody would recognize or notice the fact that I was walking around like this, trying to hide something, looking all suspicious. So here I go, walking into the building, and I'm like, hello? Hello? Now, my teacher, what she would do was, everybody came in after recess, she would call people individually up, get a little paper cup, go to the water fountain, drink as much water as you could, or as you wanted, come back, throw the cup away, sit back down. That way, later on, nobody interrupted the lesson or anything like that. It was my turn to call. She goes, Cris, ven, come. I go, and I'm like, she's not gonna notice this. I'm super smart. I'm like the smartest 4 or 5-year-old on the planet, okay? So yo estoy así, and I'm gonna go and grab the cup. I'm like, and she's like, Cris, ven. I'm like, yes. Why are you covering your eye with your hand? I'm not covering my eye with my hand. Yes, you are. You're doing it right now. No, I'm not. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just gonna go and, get some water. It's fine. If I come back, turn around, and remove your hand. I remove my hand, to which my teacher proceeds to go, oh my God, your eye! And like she pushes the chair out of her way, like she nearly threw the thing out the window, like gone. And she's like, are you okay? What happened? I was like, I'm okay. Someone just, ran into me and I just fell into the floor, eyeball first. Now my eye is purple. It's fine. Yeah, okay, that was an interesting phone call because my mom was working in the hospital, so she couldn't really come get me. So it was like, sent me down to the nurse. Nurse looked at my eye. Nurse calls mom. Hello, yes, your daughter's here in the nurse's office? Yeah, no, she's fine. She's just got a black eye, no bueno, but like she's good. I mean, she's not crying or anything. She's acting like nothing happened. It's regular Tuesday for her. Okay, 1 second. So she hangs up. So your mom said that she can't come get you, but she said that your uncle's coming. My mom calls my uncle. Yo, baby brother. No, lies. Kidding. Backtrack. My mom calls my grandmother. Louis, yeah. Okay, what had happened was Cris has a black eye. So apparently somebody pushed her down and I can't go get her because I'm working. Okay, well, we can't get her because we don't have a car, so call your brother. Okay. Hey, baby brother. Yeah, you see what had happened was the Gumi has a black eye and she's fine, but like you need to pick her up from school. Okay, my uncle's a trooper because this man dropped everything at work like it didn't matter. He was like, my baby's in trouble. I gotta go. I'm out. Bye. I gotta leave. There's no. I'm out. Man disappeared from work, and he already drives super fast. This man was now zooming through all of New York, stopped at the apartment to get my grandparents, and then came to school to get me. And he's like, who did this to you? I'm like, it's just an old kid came with the ball and knocked me over. The kid said sorry, but didn't, take the time to see that, there's a child face down into the floor because of his, culo. He just, sorry, and gone. Bye. That's it. No problem whatsoever. So, my uncle, because he's, Mr. IT guy who's super good, he was like, I'm gonna disconnect his internet, everything. He won't have connection with no one. I'm gonna do it through the air. And I was like, okay. And then spent the rest of the time with my grandma as she put tea bags on my eye so that my eye could go down and not be purple. So that's story number 1 on how I got my first black eye. I know, I'm so tough. MMA fighter at me, pelea. Yo voy a pelear. Tú sabes. Voy a pelear. Story number 2 is about a year, I guess, or so later, a few months later, my eye finally healed. And back in school, different teacher says, all right, class, take out your, little pencil boxes. We're going to do either, write something or color or whatever. I don't know. I was in, I think, 1st grade at this point. So I go on my desk and I'm like this. And I put my head in my desk to see where my pencil box is. I'm pulling it out and I take it out. As I'm lifting my head, homeboy next to me grabs his desk. And the desk from like the little kid, like for little kids, that they're the square desk with the pointed edges, but like the corners aren't like super pointed. They're like the round pointed because they're safer. Yeah, okay, homeboy grabs his desk and jammed that whole desk into the same eye that just healed. So now I have another black eye, but this time the whole class, including the teacher, witnessed it because guy looked at me and was like, boom, full force. But he's lucky that I even moved my head slightly because if I didn't, he would have actually taken my eye out and I would have been blind. I would have been a pirate. This would have been a reality, but with the eye patch, I would be like, I'm Pirate Cris. That's it, I tried this in kindergarten, now we're here in 1st grade, and it's for real now. Like, Juanjo, really? So now we're back at it again. My mom caused a whole thing, and he was like one of those disrupted childs who, at that time they were like, oh, he's got problems. But it was more of parents don't know how to discipline and don't know how to do papao, the beautiful papao, tú da una pela, and now everybody's en orden así. Yeah, that kid didn't have that, and I ended up suffering the black eye because of that. But he got expelled, so it was fine. And then I spent another several weeks with tea bags on my eye. Again, I don't know how many boxes of tea my poor grandmother has wasted on trying to fix my black eyes twice in the span of maybe a year or less than a year. Don't run into kindergartners. Don't hit people with corners of the desk. I think the reason why that I'm so blind and that I needed to wear glasses is because I got hit in the eye twice and injured myself and got the 2 black eyes. But I only got it in the same eye, which is the right eye. So the reason why my left eye is also blind, I'm just going to say, is because I'm assuming the pain from this eye transferred to here. And don't look at me like that, Martha. This is my explanation. I think the pain just transferred from here to here and just made me blind in both eyes. And somehow this eye is blinder than this eye. But that's the explanation. That's the only way I can accept the fact that I need glasses now. So I asked some of you if you had ever gotten a black eye before, and I got some pretty interesting responses, so I'm not too much alone, but I think my story is the only unique one because you guys have really good valid reasons on why you have black eyes versus me falling on the floor and getting hit with a desk. First person said, yeah, from boxing, LOL. Ow? Someone punched you in the eyeball? Do you need glasses too? Are you blind also? Because if so, Dr. Chris's explanation works. See all of you judging my doctor skills. Person number 2 said, yes, walked into a fist. Not even exaggerating. How do you walk into a fist? What? How do you walk? Hey bro, what's up? Like, how do you walk into a fist? You just walk up. And how do you walk into a fist fast enough or hard enough to give yourself a black eye? Unless you're one of those people like my mother who bruises really easily. But that one I don't understand. I need an explanation on how you walk into the fist. Okay, moving to number 3. My friend said, yes, my sister punched me by accident, swinging her arms around. You need to stay away from your sister. Because if I had a sibling and I see my sibling going like this, I'm not going near him. I'm just gonna be like, whatever octopus scenario, craziness, someone call a priest episode you're having, you won't have it alone. Cause I don't know why you're swinging your arms around. That's kind of strange. Number 4, yep, my older sister threw one of those big cordless house phones at me, LOL. Why did your sister throw the phone? What did you do to warrant that you had to have a phone thrown at you? That's like if I threw my phone at all of you right now, just goodbye. Or did you ask her, can I have a phone please? And she was just so sick and tired of you that she decided to just chuck the phone at you. And don't tell me, no, it was she said it was an accident or something, because if she said it's an accident, I don't believe her. She's a liar. That's a lie. How do you accidentally throw a phone at someone? You want to explain that one to me? Okay. All right, good talk. Number 5, my other friend said, my little brother showed me his new karate kick a little too close years ago. Number one, any sibling showing karate moves, I'm gonna need you about 15 feet away from me if you're going to do that. And number 2, since when do you have a brother? I don't remember you ever telling me que you had a hermano. And I know I spoke to you about this, Miss Tori, and I asked her that, and she said, that happened about 11 years ago. Well, Cris found this information out now. So, that's that. And that's all for the responses that everybody gave me about getting themselves some black eyes. So at least I'm not alone on the injury part. That's good. So thanks for watching Storytime. Shout out to my number 1 fan, Nancy. I love you, Nancy.
We all love you.
Nancy! So thank you guys, everybody, for watching Storytime. I hope you enjoyed the story on how I got 2 black guys being secretly an MMA fighter. And I hope to see you guys next time. Follow me at Instagram at StorytimeWithCris1 so that you can find the latest stories, find out when they're going up, and take any Instagram polls that I pulled up so that you can choose what story you want to hear.